Hello and thanks for joining us on Iswb Online TV Daily Headlines. I am Mafeng Pam. The federal government has declared Monday, May 1st, 2017 as public holiday to commemorate the 2017 Workers' Day celebration. The Presidential Investigative Panel, headed by Vice President Professor Yemi Osinbajo, resumed sitting at the State House, Abuja, on Friday. The panel is expected to submit its reports to President Muhammadu Buhari next week. Senator Enyinnaya Abaribe of Abia State on Friday signed the bail bond of the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. At least 5 soldiers were killed and another 40 injured when a Boko Haram jihadist rammed an explosive-laden pickup truck into a military convoy in northeast Nigeria, security sources said on Friday. The National Program Coordinator, International Fund for Agricultural Development Assisted Value Chain Development Program, Dr. Ame Onoja, disclosed on Friday that it has concluded arrangement for this year's farming season in the 6 participating states across the country. The decision by the federal government to probe the finances of the 12 federal universities set up by former President Goodluck Jonathan's administration has been commended by stakeholders in the education sector, who described the action as proper and in order. Let's take a quick break. Stay with us. Professor Iswb has disclosed that the federal government of Nigeria has promised to explore areas of strategic.
Germany's imports and exports to China rose to 107 billion
TV for Nigeria Daily Tourism.
Today, to get the opinions of people who are all aware of the new...
If they can, whether they can bring the situation of the dollar down.
All arms of government must preferentially buy military.
Welcome back. On the foreign scene, the European Union will seek to end an ugly spat with Turkey on Friday in spite of deep unease about Ankara's future under President Tayyip Erdogan, whose sweeping new powers and crackdown on opponents appear to have ended the country's EU ambitions. Brazilian Union called nationwide strikes on Friday to protest President Michel Temer's effort to reduce social security benefits and weaken labor laws, with disruptions expected to road and rail transport, factories and schools. Saudi-backed Yemeni President Abdul Rabu Hadi on Friday fired a cabinet minister along with the governor of the southern port city of Aden, creating anger among pro-secession southern politicians and supporters. Macedonian President George Ivanov on Friday invited political leaders to talk after ethnic tensions spiked following the storming of parliament in Skopje by protesters opposed to the election of a new speaker. That's it on Daily Headlines. I am Mafeng Pam. Up next is Market Update.
Hello and welcome to Market Updates here on Iswb Online Television. I am Phoebe Tukur. European bonds tumbled as a report showed core euro area inflation jumped to its highest in 4 years, just one day after European Central Bank President Mario Draghi warned that it remained too weak to begin tapering stimulus. Yields on German 10-year bonds rose as much as 6 basis points following data that showed prices excluded energy, food, alcohol and tobacco rose 1.2% in April, up from 0.7% last month, and exceeded the 1% median forecast by economists. French 10-year security also dropped, while yields on similarly maturity Spanish and Italian bonds climbed about 6 basis points. Developing nation currencies could be in for a rough month in May if history is any guide. May is usually the peak month for dividend payments to offshore investment in Thai and Indonesia companies. A seasonal increase in gold purchases in May also seems to drive the rupee down. Weakening commodity prices also pose risks for the two South American currencies, as well as for South Africa's rand. Brazil and South Africa are both major products of iron ore, while Chile is the world's largest copper producer. May is usually a strong month for the US dollar and a negative one for commodities, as well as high-yield bonds from countries including Turkey and South Africa. Thanks for staying with us on Market Updates here on ISWB Online Television. I am Phoebe Tukur. Do have a result-filled day.
This is ISWB Online TV for within Nigeria Tori, and my name is Nafoni Mike. I'm going to bring now we on top matter for today. We federal government don't declare Monday, May 1st, 2017 as public holiday based on Workers' Day celebration. We Presido investigative panel where with Vice Presido Yemi Osinbajo the head, they don't resume their meeting for we State House. Abuja on Friday said them expect the panel to submit their report to give with President Muhammadu Buhari next week. Senator Naya Abaribe of Abia State say on Friday he don't sign the bail bond of them leader of Biafra people way being Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. 5 soldiers die and 40 injured based on say Boko Boys jihadists roll one pickup with carry bomb into with military people them for northeast Nigeria. The National Program Coordinator, International Money for Agricultural Matter, don't help value chain development program, Dr. Amen Onoja, open up on Friday, say they don't conclude arrangement for this year for farm matter for the 6 states where they participate across the country. The decision where we federal government say they won't probe the finance of the 12 federal universities where we former President Goodluck Jonathan formed for a government, and stakeholders for education matter can describe this action, say it good well and it did very proper. This is the ISWB Online TV for Nigeria Daily Tori, and my name now for Mike.